Welcome to another episode of First Past Post podcast. I'm delighted to say I'm joined this evening yet again by my mate Liam for our penultimate Cheltenham Festival related episode. Liam, how are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, it could be better. Still not over Galloping Deschamps earlier today after that fall at the last. It was painful, ruined a couple bets of mine. I mean, how are you doing?
Yeah, I was on Bob Ollinger, so
Oh,
not too bad for me. But most importantly, Galopin Deschamps got up safe and was okay.
yeah, that was a little bit of a worry there because he seemed to be in a slight sort of bad way, but luckily, like you say, it was all fine, and he eventually got up, and the horse is perfectly in good condition after his fall. But I mean, just touching on before we get into our final day preview and selections, I mean, what did you make of it? I mean, he's coasting clear, isn't he, Galloping Deschamps, and he's come up to the last, and he somehow just seemed to like slip over, hasn't he?
Yeah, I thought he didn't have to try and find the stride. He tried to pull off. He was going to win by about 10 lengths.
Maybe
yeah,
more.
I didn't think. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, but I didn't think there was any need to try and find an extra stride there.
Yeah, it was disappointing. I mean, I mean, obviously you were on Bob, I was on Galloping, but I mean, that's just what happens. It shows, doesn't it? I mean, we've seen it plenty of times in the past. I remember at Envoy Allen at Cheltenham before as well, falling. And I mean, it happens to the best horses, doesn't it? So
yeah,
it's just unfortunate. And then obviously we had Allaho winning the Ryanair again. I mean, he was the bank of the week, wasn't he? And he's just performed. He's performed to the highest level yet again for the second year in a row. I mean, what did you make of it?
He was excellent, mate. He was really, really impressive. He's a top horse, isn't he?
Yeah, brilliant performance yet again, and sure that put a lot of smiles on the Irish faces on St. Patrick's Day as well. So yeah, that was today's action, and obviously, like I say, we just got our final preview, which is obviously tomorrow's racing, and we'll be just going through our selections for the final day. It's gone quite quick, but hopefully we can all end on a high tomorrow afternoon. So should we get into the first one, mate, which is the Triumph Hurdle?
Yeah, mate. I'll kick it off, and I've gone with Vauban. Was obviously impressive on the flat, and he was second on the hurling debut to Pied Piper. He went one better last time out, and was really impressive that day. He beat Phil Dorr, and I fancy him to do the job again.
Yeah, I can't agree more, mate. I've gone for Vauban as well. I just think the way he won last time out in the Grade 1 juvenile at Leopardstown, I mean, he looks a machine. He looks an absolute machine of a horse, and he could be anything he wants, I think. And I think the way he won, there was plenty more in him as well.
100%.
Yeah, plenty more in him, and I think there's a lot more to come. And obviously, like you say, he's beaten Pied Piper, who's obviously second favourite in the market for this. I mean, he's a good horse. He's won 2 of his 2 starts. You got Fildor in there as well when he was second to Vauban in the Grade 1. And, he's likely to progress maybe further also. And then I don't really fancy anything at a bigger price. But I think Vauban, for me, the way he won last time out, very impressive. And like I say, I just think he's got the best form. And, hopefully he can bring that over to Cheltenham. And I think he's very much the one to beat, 100%. So going on to the 10 past 2, who have you gone for, mate?
I've gone for West Cork. He had a long period off the race course, and he came back this season and won first time out. He followed that up with a 5th. But I just think he's really fresh this season compared to a lot of other horses in the race. Obviously, Dan Skelton trains him, and I do like Skelton's horses. I think he's a top trainer, and obviously has the course and distance form as well. So I've gone with him.
Yeah, I was looking at West Cork as well, but I've opted to go for Top Bandit for Gordon Elliott. I think it's obviously going to be his first run in the handicap. Like more to come now, sort of handicapping with this horse. Fairly useful in bumpers. Impressive start over hurdles during the winter, making it 3 wins from 4 starts. And he did that really easily when he went off 15-8 favourite at Punchestown in December. Obviously, Davy Russell will hopefully take the ride on the horse, and yeah, I think again in a handicap, I love looking at the Irish that are coming over here for these races, and obviously Gordon Elliott again, strongly fancied, and you can at the moment get him at a double figure price currently, 12-1. So I think that's a big price for Top Bandit. And you're looking at the others in the race. Surprise Package, who obviously won the Imperial Cup at Sandown, didn't he? On Saturday. That horse will have to probably have another look at that. I mean, that'd be really impressive if he follows up that win at Cheltenham. And then obviously favourite for Willie Mullins, State Man. Very exciting prospect for handicaps. Highly promising ex-French gelding. Who actually looked like an easy winner on his second last start, but he fell 2 out at Leopardstown in a maiden. So that could be quite an exciting horse for the Mullins camp. But no, I've opted to go for Top Bandit. So hopefully at that sort of price as well. Currently, I think it's quite a good pick.
And moving on to the Albert Bartlett now.
Yeah.
I've actually gone for Hillcrest, who I know you're a big fan of. I'm assuming you've gone for him as well.
Yep, I have. I mean, I'm sure we'll agree on this horse. I mean, he's a absolute beast of a horse, isn't he, Hillcrest?
Yeah, he's massive.
He's a massive massive chasing horse, and he's unbeaten when completing his races over hurdles, and I think the way he won the Grade 2 hurdle at Haydock, and he just absolutely galloped. Like he was brilliant that day, and I think he's been really set up for this Albert Bartlett this year, and it could be a massive option for Henry Daly's horse here, and I think he's got a great chance.
Yeah, mate, there's not much I can really add on to that. Obviously, has the course and distance form as well, which I always like to look at. So yeah, for sure, there's not too much I can add on to that.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the others. You've got, obviously, Ginto for Gordon Elliott. He's another very exciting horse. And he completed the hat trick in a Grade 1 at Naas in January. Unbeaten record over hurdles. And obviously Manila Kakuna for Willie Mullins. Bumper winner, confirmed hurdling debut when winning at Navan. And sort of, he looked to stay of some potential when following up in the Grade 1 at Leopardstown. So, he's definitely shortlisted. But no, for me, go for Hillcrest 100%. I just think he's been planned for this race, and if he's on song, I think we could well pick out the winner there 100% with Hillcrest.
For sure. He looks to be a chasing type as well, so it'd be interesting when once he does go over the fences. I think he could be a really good also over the fences.
Yeah, and moving on to the biggest race of the day, if not the biggest race of the whole festival itself, the Gold Cup. Obviously, I know who you've gone for. You obviously mentioned it in our anti-post episode. Do you want to just talk about Applittard again briefly?
Yeah, I think Applittard's the best horse in the race. Obviously, he was beaten last time out by Galvin, but was only beaten by a nose. Got chinned on the line. Was second in this race last year, rated 185. I just think it will take something special to beat Applittard. Obviously, you've got Galvin who beat Applittard last time out, but
that's my pick.
I think the form will be reversed again here for sure.
Yeah, what price have you got Applittard again?
I actually took 11-2 after he was beaten by Galvin straight afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, you know, obviously you said a few times in the past, like Appletard, you think is by far the best horse in the race. I mean, but no, I have gone for Galvin. I mean, I thought about this for a while, like last few weeks before the build up to the festival and that, and I've opted definitely for Galvin now. I think, you know, he's unbeaten novice chase campaign when he won the National Hunt Chase. So, you know, he's improved a lot again this term. Obviously, like you say, beating Appletard in the Savills at Leopardstown in December. But I mean, I think it's just the way he sort of travelled into it as well. I mean, you know he's going to stay the trip, and he's, I mean, sort of similar to Vauban in a way. Like he's got a lot, you know, you could see he's got a lot left in the tank as well. And I think, you know he's going to stay the trip, and then what is sort of, I mean, a fairly sort of, you could say it's a fairly open Gold Cup. You know, with obviously Manella Indo in there also. Who's probably quite a lot of people's pick, really, I think, because of the way that horse bounced back into a nice second in his last start. Obviously, you got Dan Skelton's Protector Rat, Album Photo, who I think is just, I mean, if he was to win it at the age of 10, that'd be a shock, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, Royal Pagaille as well. I mean, I think that horse is hoping for more rain. And then obviously, you know, Chantry House for Nicky Henderson, Tornado Flyer as well at bigger prices. And obviously the boy Asterion Forlonge, who's actually a bigger price than what I backed him in our anti-post episode at the moment. But just want to see, you know, a decent performance, and hopefully he gets round well. So no, I think, yeah, Galvin. I mean, it'd be funny if we see a repeat of you know, Galvin and Appletard at the line together again. It could well happen, couldn't it?
Yeah, mate, wouldn't surprise me at all. Obviously, two top class horses. I would say I think Galvin is the main danger, and if Appletard is beat, then it will probably be Galvin who wins. But I just can't see it, mate. I really think Appletard is a great price still as well, 4-1.
Yeah, no, I can see it. I can definitely see it. Best of luck with your bet. Obviously, at a bit of a bigger price as well. So moving on to the 4:10, the Hunter's Chase. Who have you gone for in this?
I've gone for Wind Leader. Won his last 3 starts. Jumped really well on his return to rules. He beat Billaway. He's actually at the top of the market, the clear favourite. But yeah, he won by 12 lengths that day, and he was really impressive. His jumping. Yeah, that's my pick. I think it's a great price as well. Still at, I think it's about 11-2, maybe even get 6-1 somewhere.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on Wing Leader also. Did actually mention in our anti-post episode, I did have the horse, which is trained by the same trainer, David Christie, Vorselay, who unfortunately is not going to be running in this year's Hunter's Chase, which is a little disappointing. But I was thinking, you know, on the day he could be the one to side with even more so. But like I say, he won't be there. So no, I've opted to go for Wing Leader also, David Christie. I think this horse has been, you know, it's been planned for the Hunter's Chase, and you know, I think the way it won by 12 lengths, like you said, in January, I mean that was impressive, and I think beating Billaway is definitely a piece of form that you've got to look at and think, well, you know, Billaway's at the top of the market, around 2-1, and you know you've got the horse behind it who's actually beating it. So
yeah,
you know, could reverse the form, but I don't think Billaway will. So no, Wing Leader also for me.
Moving on to the Mayor's Chase now, where we've got another one of my anti-post selections in Zambella. Like I said, I think she's a really classy mare, front running horse. He's actually got some really impressive bits of form this year, being Ellie Mae, who's at the top of the market with Mount Ida. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just think if she runs them from the front, then she's got a great chance. She did, like I mentioned before, run at Leicester over a shorter trip, and she wasn't at her best that day. But I don't think she was sort of given a chance to run her best race. But she's gone on to win since then. And I think the price you can still get is bonkers, 12-1. It's about the same price I backed it at anti-post, to be fair. So haven't really got the value, but I'll be hoping for a drift on the day and hopefully get another nice little price.
Yeah. I mean, I think she's definitely got a good chance now, looking at obviously like the final declarations, only 8 runners also. But no, you mentioned there Ellie Mae, and that's who I've opted for. I think she's definitely got leading claims. She was only edged out by this by her stablemate Cole Reevy 12 months ago. Obviously, he got warmed up for this year's renewal with a second successive win in the Nace Mares listed race last month. So winning that, I mean, that's brilliant prep for this. And out of the 2 Mullins at the top of the market, you got obviously her and Constantista, who I'm sure we don't want to hear that name too often after she caused a lot of people quite a bit of upset last Cheltenham Festival, didn't she? With that famous
myself included.
Yeah. on the first day. So I mean, she's sort of 2 out of 2 in Grade 2 mares chases as well this season. So you could argue there's more to come from her over fences. Obviously Paul Townend on her as well. But no, I think Ellie Mae's she's really prepped for this, and I think she's going to be, if she runs to her best tomorrow on the day, I think she'll be bang there. I think definitely close, 100%. And just I was looking, obviously, like at a few bets and what sort of prices you can get and that. And obviously, if you fancy, sort of anyone fancies Constantista and Galvin for the Gold Cup, I saw on BetBall there's a double going at odds of just over 21 to 1 for the double Constantista and Galvin, which I thought was quite an interesting price. And on BetBall, I think that'd be a great double to have. I mean, if people fancy it, and I'm not sure. I don't know if people, maybe not a lot of people are too, they're not aware of BetBall, but I think it's a great app. I mean, it promotes sort of social media within sort of a betting app, which is quite good fun. I love the way they've combined social media with betting, and it's gained quite a bit of a following. And sort of that bet there, you can see people's popular bets. You can follow different people as well. So if anyone's interested listening and they fancy that double for the final day, have a look on BetBall, because Constantista and Galvin, like I say, is just over 20 to 1. So that could be a great price if anyone's interested.
Yeah, I second that. It is a good app, isn't it, BetBall, where you can speak to other people who bet on the same thing during the race. It gives you sort of another side of betting, and it gives you a little bit more enjoyment.
Definitely different to your usual betting apps, that's for sure. So that takes us nicely into the final race of the festival, mate. The Martin Pipe handicap hurdle. Yet another one of your anti-posts involved in this, isn't it?
Yeah, I've gone with Langer Dan. He was runner-up last year to Galopin des Champs. He's been dropped £3 since last year. He's running off of 1 mark higher than he did in this race last year. Obviously bumped into a top class Group 1 horse that day. I just think he's got a great chance again. He looks really well handicapped, and hopefully he doesn't bump into another freak.
Well, I mean, you look at the Irish in this, obviously you got Adamantly Chosen for Willie Mullins, Chemical Energy for Gordon Elliott, which is one of his, and another one in Hollow Games, another one for Gordon Elliott, and that's my pick for this. I think the price is, I think it's great value. I think, he's successful in his first 4 starts under rules. and then gave it is always sort of like a couple of Grade 1 events as well since, where he was third to Manella Kakuna, and obviously we know what that horse did, didn't we, last time?
Yeah.
And sort of, I think at that price, sort of 8 to 1, you can get at the moment. I mean, I'll be surprised if it's that price tomorrow, maybe a little bit shorter, but I just think that's a brilliant price for Hollow Games. And you know, Jordan Gainford on board, obviously, you know, amateur jockey for Gordon Elliott, always, you know, it does quite well. You know,
Yeah.
I think the form in the Grade 1 events, you know, finishing third, you know, last time out, twice actually finishing third, Naas and Leopardstown. So, you know, with that Grade 1 form under this horse's belt, I think, you know, if it runs to its best, I think 100% at least in each way sort of bet if you're looking at it. And you know, I know it's a big handicap hurdle, but I think it will go close, and hopefully can take that Group 1 form into this handicap hurdle for the last race of the festival. So Hollow Games for me.
And you know, regarding our point system we do with tipping the horses, should we choose a nap for the last day, and whoever wins gets, well, if it wins, we get the extra 5 points, make it a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, that could you might need the 5 points to catch up.
That's why I've mentioned it.
Yeah, we could do. I mean, have you got one yourself?
Yeah, I'll make Abu Tab my nap of the day.
Right. I'll go Vauban. I'll go Vauban. So that'll be our nap, one nap each for the festival, and it comes on the Gold Cup day. So best of luck, mate. And obviously, once the festival finishes, we'll wrap up our points between the two of us and see who's come out on top, since we've been giving out selections and that. So yeah, I mean, enjoyed covering the festival. Hope you have as well.
Yeah, I have, mate. It's been brilliant.
And hope everyone listening during the week has enjoyed tuning in. And if you've enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, FPTP Podcasts. And enjoy the final day. And we'll be back hopefully with a special guest for a Cheltenham review.
Buzzing, mate. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks for listening. Cheers.